No amount of anxiety will ever change anything that is going to happen. Be still and know that you have a force working within you, a force which has never failed in anything it has undertaken. It may be easy for doubts and questions to creep in, but don't catastrophize what might happen. Instead, say, I am grateful, because to feel this vulnerable means that I am alive. I had this period of life recently in which the most daunting task was to get out of bed. Every night I'd set an early alarm and I'd tell myself, I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow because I love myself, just to spend day after day snoozing alarms until it was time to go to work. I created this curse upon myself where I started to question if I did love myself. I know this is a question we've all asked ourselves and some of us are still looking for the answer to. At some point, I had to sit down and talk with myself by journaling. Do you ever just get tired of it all? The superficial, material, the vanity, the overstimulation, the society, the what does it all mean, the what do we all mean, what's the point to anything, and how does it all tie in together? I was becoming numb to my reality, and it made me lose a sense of purpose because I wasn't even allowing myself to have a life. Be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. How did I get out of this funk? I spent a lot of time in conversation with myself, and I mean a lot. I stopped running away from hard topics, and I realized how much I had been bullshitting myself. I dove deep into all aspects of my shadow that I was becoming aware of. I had to sit down and take a little initiative, have a little self-awareness that I am not happy with who I am in this current moment, and try some new things. I couldn't keep doing the same thing every day and hope that tomorrow something would change. Clearly something wasn't working. We are not promised tomorrow. Life is but a puff of smoke that appears for a short time and then vanishes. Some questions I asked myself that helped me get to where I am today is, what happened? Why haven't you found a solution? Where do I wish I was at right now? What would it look like to be on my shit every day? What would it feel like? And what now? I was able to trace back bad habits and coping mechanisms to my childhood. I figured out that the reason I hadn't found a solution was because I wasn't looking for one. I had let myself fall victim to a depression. I realized that what it would feel like to not be in this place anymore would be to feel alive. I had just done shadow work and I didn't even know what that meant at the time. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. I came up with a solution for myself of finally maintaining a daily schedule again. This helped me finally have the time for all the things I was neglecting, and it allowed me to feel whole again. Your old ways won't serve you in this new life. I think a large majority of the depressed population has no idea how to cope in a world that they were never taught to understand. This leads us all to ask probably the most frequently asked question that we're all still looking for an answer for. What is the point of life? We grew up working hard in school to get good grades because we were taught if we get good grades, we'll get into a good college, to get a good job, and have a successful family. No wonder so many of us are struggling with a passion for life. No one knows what they're doing or what their life means because we're all taught to ride this wave of institutions until we die behind a corporate desk. If you say that getting money is the most important thing, you'll spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like in order to go on living. Not many of us are connected with what life actually means, and this can get you seriously stuck. Begin to identify what areas of your life are holding you back. Begin to question limiting thoughts. Spend some time having hard conversations with yourself. Do you really want to be living in a way that is always saying, I think that life is terrible. To say, oh yeah, I'm depressed, poor me, I can't do anything. See, there is always a way of talking about something to make it sound terrible, but is that a good way to conduct things? Or do you want to live your life in a way where you say, let's challenge these feelings, let's see where this comes from, let's ask questions, let's turn this thing around. Life really can be just as sweet as you ever imagined, but you have to begin to appreciate every single thing in your life, no matter how small or even how hard it may be. The minute you become complacent and let yourself fall victim to depression is the moment it wins. Don't let yourself become a victim and complain when you find yourself beaten up. You are a product of your own mind, and the mind acts as an enemy for those who don't control it. We see it has become so popular to normalize depression so much to the point where I feel like it's a trend to say so many excuses. Because I'm depressed. If you let yourself be hindered by it, it will take control over you. So how do you not fall victim? You stand up and you fight actively. Stop normalizing neglecting yourself. When you continue to neglect yourself, you will start to feel your soul literally ache. You have a higher purpose in this universe than to sit in bed all day on the internet, away from the people that you love, away from the people that love to see you and your joy. You're a divine being, a sovereign being. This is your one human life, and the only thing you can control is your actions and the evolution of your consciousness. The solution of my problems may not be the same as yours, but if you're going through these battles, I encourage you to bring your shadow into light. I'm going to leave some journaling prompts in the description below for you guys, and as well as a link to a Discord server that has a really great community. It's really good to have a community that holds you accountable and encourages you to do better for yourself. I thank you guys for listening, and I will see you all here next week. Peace, love, and prosperity.